Good morning. It is Saturday, April 16th, 2016, about 7:45, 51 degrees. It's supposed to be 75 today. And the amaryllis will have another bud or another stalk that's going to bloom, and plus there's a red one out there. There goes Larry to Hardee's. He's going to pay his credit card bill and get me some celery. I asked Larry to fix my silverware drawer, and he did. I had him put a screw right down there through the bottom of the bin, so that the bin wouldn't slide back and forth when the drawer opened. I got my computer out, my recipe, and I'm going to make my homemade Bisquick mix for biscuits using my mom's recipe. I'm making my mother-in-law's dressing, so I got a stick of butter, a half cup of celery, and a 1/4 cup of onions in there, sauteing together. And that's about ready to add broth. My white bread crust that I had have dried into croutons, so I'm breaking them into pieces. And so I'll add the broth to the celery and onions and butter and let it simmer, and then pour it over this. And then according to her, you're supposed to put it in the oven and bake it, but I can never wait that long, so I just go ahead and eat it right then. The first time I made this, I had the bread drying out over on the counter, kind of back in the corner. It'd been there a couple of days. My husband came in, thought he'd help me out and clean up the kitchen, so he cleaned the kitchen and threw out all my bread. So I had to wait before I could get some more. Hasn't done it since. The birds were eating Larry's pretty strawberries, so he got the netting out and we just put it over this side. Hopefully that'll keep the birds from eating them. Should. We still got to do the other side. Larry's got a dewberry planted here by the post. Dewberry. Probably can't see it, but there's netting on the other strawberries. Netting on both sides. Got a lot of berries coming on this strawberry patch, so we just put netting over it too. But got so many critters around here that want to eat everything. And the thornless blackberries are starting to bloom, get buds. The volunteer dwarf marigolds are growing. I got my chicken browning in the skillet, and the corn's boiling back there in the pan. Got the spinach salads about ready, and I added the sage to the top of the breadcrumbs, so it won't be long till lunch. I'm just kind of in a mood to cook today. There's lunch: corn on the cob, dressing, fried chicken, a little bit of asparagus out of the garden, and spinach lettuce salad. There's still pumpkin pie and strawberry shortcake for dessert if anybody wants it. I cleaned up the kitchen after lunch while Larry was watching Gunsmoke. And then he went outside to work, and I read and fell asleep. And the renter lady called, our new renter, and had some questions. We'll have carpenter bees flying around. We've killed 3 today. They're hard to hit with that tennis racket. Larry's been raking and cleaning up out there around number 2. He said he wanted to be able to mow back in behind that big tree. Larry's doing a little mowing. And it's all around under the clothesline, so that would be nice when I hang laundry out of. Won't be any weeds or grass. This is the book I'm reading. I like all the books that Francine Rivers writes. We tied the tomatoes up today. Well, 2 of them's got cages, but the others we tied. Fig tree's looking healthy. It got lots of big leaves on it. A lot of it died out last year, but it's coming back nice. Grapes have pretty big leaves on them now. They're looking healthy. You can see the little grapes on there. There's more grapes there. It's a pretty evening. It's about 7:15. I missed going to visit Betty today, but I just didn't have the energy for it. So it'll be better to go next week. But we'll have a good time then. Larry's back tinkering around in his workshop. He's taken some lights apart to get the copper. Good night. God bless.